about my background in Strega. Strega is Italian witchcraft, as many people already know. A witch in Italian culture is often known as a Strega. I believe the correct spelling, though, is actually the person a Strega is actually Streghe, and the craft Strega is spelled with the A. The history goes back many, many, many years to when Italy was first colonized. But you can see traces of people being in Italy like 700,000 years ago. But colonization didn't start until about 2,000 years BC. And that is when most of these folk traditions originated. I'm probably going to do this in a two-part series because I have a lot of information on some of the specifics in terms of cures and things that you guys will probably find really useful. Just little remedies for things like stomach aches, bronchitis, burns, and they come from these folk traditions. In Italy, it's not really ever termed witchcraft because most of Italy is Roman Catholic. When Christianity came and Rome took over, basically everyone was forced to convert. So a lot of the traditions were converted into Christianity. So rather than using the names of gods and goddesses or spirits that they were familiar with, they would hide it in a saint. So basically they were worshiping the same thing or doing the same things, but they would basically disguise it by, calling it a festival of Saint such and such. A lot of the actual scientific studies and research and all of that have been attempted to be done on this stuff is not very accurate because these traditions are very, very secretive and very heavily guarded. I know that in my own family, this stuff has been passed down many, many generations, and it can only be passed down, as far as my family is concerned and what I've been told, it can only be passed down in maternal lineage and from like grandmother to daughter or granddaughter and so forth. I think probably it's not just maternal, that's what my family told me, but probably, at least within your bloodline, within your family. And it can only be done on Christmas Eve. My family says at midnight. But basically on either Christmas Eve and some other traditions would say on St. John's Day, I believe it is, and that is in January 23rd. So, and I've heard my family doesn't believe that when you pass it on that you have to stop practicing what you're passing on, but some traditions, I guess, when you pass on a particular spell or tradition, that the person who's passing it on will agree that they are no longer going to practice. It's basically like going into retirement. So, I don't know. Are you guys interested in this stuff? I could probably do a few videos on it. One of the most common things that you would hear about, that probably all Italian people know about, and there's a lot of writing about this because it's the things that are officially written about are basically the things that everyone knows specific incantation. It's just not allowed. The specific words and prayers are heavily guarded. But some of the common things that are known are some of the talismans and amulets and things like that people use, which most of them are to protect you from what's called Malakia. Malakia literally means the evil eye, and people can give you Malakia either intentionally or unintentionally. It's something that's caused by envy. So especially during my life, times when I've been pregnant or had beautiful babies, all 4 of my children were very beautiful babies. And these are the times when you're especially prone to getting the Malakia. I remember when my first child was a baby, I'm prone to getting really bad migraines anyway. I get them in my eyes and they cause me to go blind. But I got one of the worst ones I've ever got in my life. But I don't know that it was caused by Malakia. Usually when I get a Malakia headache, a headache is one of the most obvious signs that you have Malakia. It's a particular type of headache. The only way I can describe it is to say that it's a different headache than any headache that you ever would get. And you feel different. You feel like a negative haze over your life. And it's just awful. People have been known to die from the Malakia, particularly bad cases, which are, those type of cases are probably the ones that are intentionally given by somebody who knows what they're doing. It's said that priests know how to do this, and priests that have like turned or gone bad or whatever have been known to give people the really bad evil eye. But basically it's caused by somebody who looks at you with envy and jealousy, and they really wish, they're like looking on you badly, like thinking you don't deserve what you have, or that they wish they had what you have, and that they're more deserving of it, type of thing. So in that way, somebody can give it to you unintentionally. Like, once in my life, I had a really, really close friend, and every time I saw this person, I got the Malakia, and I know that she wasn't doing it on purpose, at least. I mean, I don't even think she believed in it or knew about it, but I would always get it. And there's another person